Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay, so I know this debate is long over, but there are still a few people bothering me and upset to this day about the pairings in Bleach. One of the biggest reasons as to why people got angry over the end of the manga was IchiHime. The synopsis of Bleach goes something like this, obviously, most of you know. Ichigo, a 15-year-old boy, is able to see the souls of the dearly departed. His life changes after meeting the Shinigami Rukia Kuchiki. The main issue with this was the immense build-up and character development between Rukia and Ichigo in the beginning of this series. Death and the Strawberry. So let me say this again. There was so much build-up and chemistry between the two of them in the first season. Everyone pretty much had a good idea and feeling that it would be Ichigo and Rukia ending up as a couple at the end of the series. I mean, come on. They even shared the same room. Now, one of the most obvious things that came out of this series was that people saw Ichigo as the sun and Rukia as the moon. Rukia was the very first Bleach character ever created when Kubo started making the series. Now, it can only make sense that Ichigo would be the one to end up with her, but sadly again, the obvious truth of the pairing situation became all too obvious when Orihime Inoue was constantly obsessing over Ichigo. I mean, how could you not see that pairing? How could you not see that IchiHime was so obvious? And yeah, okay, I don't want to be mean about it, but we all saw this coming. We all knew it was going to happen. But again, the build-up with Ichigo and Rukia, the only true aim of that situation was their friendship. Now, they are the closest of friends, and in my opinion, it just feels better that way. It just really feels better that way. Now, to some people, most will argue about the age difference between Ichigo and Rukia. But ultimately, age clearly does not matter in the universe of Bleach. Now just take a look at Ishin and Masaki. That is a really perfect example of age difference right there. Done. Now I feel better that Rukia ended up with her childhood friend, and Ichigo basically ended up with a chick a couple blocks away who had the insanely huge knockers. Ichigo, you lucky bastard, I hope you die. I mean, I don't want to pry too much. Everything just changed after the Ronkars arrived and the story was now focused on saving Orihime and stopping Aizen from destroying Karakura Town and creating the Okin. Orihime's love for Ichigo became more and more clear as the show pushed forward, and Ichigo in turn felt more of a duty to protect Orihime over most because she was the weakest out of the bunch, and she sure as hell ain't no Soul Reaper. Now, things to consider. Even though age difference is of no concern to most in Bleach, to the viewers of the show, everyone has different opinions and outlooks on the relationship situations. Ichigo and Rukia's age difference is quite a huge gap no matter how you look at it. In episode 1, she claims that she has lived quite a few of Ichigo's lifetimes, but does that really matter? It is indeed a pointless debate now because the pairings have already happened and... If that's the case, why did I even bother making this video? You know, when I look at these pairings, I think it has more to do with personal history and where each character belongs. Rukia grew up with Renji in the Rukon district. They share something. They both have a past, and the time they spent together looking out for one another, it's not a piece of the story you can just brush off so easily. Compliance is not a factor there. And Ichigo and Orihime's history may not have been much at the beginning, but they were neighbors and saw each other from time to time, and when they went to school together, things started to build up from there, to the point where Orihime became the damsel in distress and Ichigo was her knight in bright armor, both making vows that they would protect one another from harm. It's really hard to contemplate what Kubo was thinking when he made Bleach. Now, I don't think he was much of an expert when it comes to romance. What do you guys think? This is my final Bleach pairing video, and for the IchiRuki fans, let me just be clear by saying this. I really did want IchiRuki to happen, but of course it did not happen. But at the same time, I was also on the side of IchiHime. You could say I was in between. I didn't really care who ended up with who. At the end of the day here, we gotta look at this. Bleach is not a romance anime. Bleach is something far different. Kubo really didn't design Bleach to be a romance anime in the first place, so we really shouldn't be looking at this from a negative perspective. Things happened the way they did, and it was the creator's choice, so we just have to buckle in and deal with it. And to those watching this video, I have absolute respect for both sides. IchiRuki fans, I can understand your pain. IchiHime fans, I'm glad we ended up with this pairing. It doesn't really matter which pairing it was to me. Personally, I just didn't really care. I want to end it all off by saying thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to open up to us and let us all know how you feel about IchiRuki or IchiHime down below in the comments. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want, and I will see you all in the next Bleach video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.